History of coronavirus. At first, I will just highlight the details of the history of development of coronavirus. Since 2009, we have heard about the virus name SARS-CoV-2. These viruses have a peculiar identification mark that shows as crown-like spikes on the surface, and the spikes are made up of protein. These virus belongs to the coronavirus family, which specifically targets the respiratory organs of a body like throat and lungs. Now, what happens in our body when we contract the coronavirus? As the common characteristics of any virus is that it requires a living cell which will be infected by the virus to multiply or reproduces so that many copies of the virus are produced in the living body. Now let me explain the phenomena, like how the infection will be working in our body. Like now, inside every virus there will be a genetic material will be present to make more copies of itself, and protein shield will provide a hard protective shell, and there is envelope which contains the protein spikes, and these spikes are used by virus as a key to get inside the living cell of a body, where it takes over the cell internal mechanism processing it to build new viruses. Now, as the it is explained that the every virus it has a genetically material. Okay, so these materials helps the viruses when it will infect the living cell. Now, virus to produce it requires a living cell. So the viruses genetically material will get connected with the living cell, and the phenomena that is internal mechanism will be used to build up or to duplicate or to make copies of the viruses. Now, when a infected person talk, cough, or sneeze, droplets get carried to other persons through mouth, nose, throat, or lungs. Once the virus spikes get attached with the receptor molecules of a healthy cell membrane, it works like a key and a lock between virus and cell membrane. This action allows the virus to get inside the healthy cell, and the process of infection begins with the mechanism of multiplication of copies of virus cells. How can you develop pneumonia symptoms? Now, as we all know that pneumonia and COVID pneumonia symptoms are very much similar. So, just to understand the anatomy of the respiratory organ, as in diagram 1, means in the picture 1, it is shown the lungs. Okay, how the right lungs and left lungs uh, are there, and that respiratory organ it is shown in the means why I'm explaining you about the diagram, because in the later explanation part these uh, terms will be used for the explanation of phenomena how the pneumonia symptoms or the how you will be getting pneumonia. So trachea in the diagram 2 it is shown where the trachea is, like from the nozzle or the from the mouth when we have something, or when uh, we get infected, these after through that then it will enter the trachea, and It is also called as a windpipe. From a trachea, the big pipe which comes towards the lungs is bronchi. Okay, it is called as the larger pipe, and further in the diagram 4, it is shown as the bronchi. It will get further divided into smaller pipes, which is called as bronchioles. Now, when the bronchioles, the further the sac-like or a balloon-like, a small balloon-like structures are there. It is called as alveoli. Okay, these are the explain fire diagrams which explains our the anatomy of the respiratory organ. Now we'll see how the this pneumonia symptoms will be identified. We know each human contains two lungs, and each lungs had separate sections called lobbies. Now, when we breathe, normal oxygen is carried through trachea, as I've explained in the picture. Trachea, it is also called as a windpipe, then bronchi, the larger pipe, and then the bronchioles, and finally to the al- alveoli. Now, alveoli are sac-like structure, and capillaries will be surrounding the alveoli, and through capillaries blood will be flowing. Now, as we breathe, the oxygen from the alveoli is released in the capillary, which is carried to all the part of the body, and in the similar action carbon dioxide is released from the capillary to the alveoli, which it is exhaled from the body. Now here it's a diagrammatical representation of exchange of gases, as it is shown in the diagram 1. It is shown as the oxygen is supplied from the alveoli to the blood vessels, and in diagram 2, from the capillary, that is from the blood, will be collecting the carbon dioxide from the body, and it will be coming back to the lungs, and where the exchange of gases like carbon dioxide from the blood is released into the alveoli, and from the alveoli it is released outside the body. Now, inflammation of alveoli by the coronavirus. Now we'll see how the virus affects our lungs. Normally, bacteria or viruses, when travel through the windpipe, are attacked by our immune system inside the lungs. But as in case of coronavirus, where it triggers the immune system of our body, the virus can overwhelm immune cells, bronchioles, and alveoli get inflamed as the immune system attacks the multiplying viruses. The inflammation can cause the alveoli to fill with the fluid, making it difficult to get the sufficient oxygen which is required for our body. Now, students, here you can see the white or the yellowish fluid which is getting accumulated in our uh, alveoli, that is sac like or a small balloon like structure. Like such balloon like structures will be many in our lungs. Okay, this is the only one alveoli. In this you can just examine how this uh, white fluid, that is because of the effect of the coronavirus, this white yellowish and whitish fluid is getting accumulated in the sac, and this fluid will obstruct the transfer of oxygen, and this will create a suffocation feeling in our body, like nausea also will be there, like weakness also will be there. We won't be able to breathe properly, and if this fluid goes on increasing in our body, that is the critical situation where our respiratory organs will get failure. Okay, and because of that we won't be able to breathe. Now, this is causing difficulty in breathing, chest pain, coughing, fever, chills, headache, muscle pain, fatigueness. It can also lead to further complications like a respiratory organ failure. This stage is critical that we need a machine called ventilator to help to take breathe. Okay, now these are the symptoms which are related with the COVID pneumonia, and these are the uh, symptoms which will be going through. Now, what are the post-COVID symptoms? Okay, and now the above symptoms and recovery depends on whether you are an active patient or a passive patient, age factor, and also about the strong immunity system. Okay, now the above factors how you are going means depends upon the recovery of your, like if you're old age also, then the recovery rate will be very less. It depends upon a person to person, and also about also the immunity. Now we are in this lecture because to see that what are the post covid symptoms after when we recover from the COVID, and our report from turns from positive to negative by taking proper medication and precautionary measures, what symptoms will be there and how to take care to regain our fitness. I think because of this pandemic and most of the doctors are involved in taking care of COVID patients, very few people are doing research on the condition of post COVID symptoms and how to regain fitness. What I suggest as coronavirus attack our respiratory organ and make our immune weak by reducing the oxygen supply to our lungs. If after recovering we are not taking care and precaution to make ourselves healthy and strong immune system by building our fitness, then there are chances we may get again infected by the virus. Of course, vaccines uh, is available, but we all know vaccine are just going to reduce the effect of virus on our body system, but cannot stop it completely. So if we maintain our health with quality food and do essential exercise, I think we can keep ourselves safe by following all the necessary guideline to prevent the affected from getting infected. Why post COVID fitness is vital to maintain? Uh, Now, study shows that patients which are infected and recovered from the coronavirus infection can get reinfected. If necessary guideline and precautions are to be taken to build up the post COVID fitness condition by proper diet and exercise program. Study published in WebMed has revealed that COVID-19 increases risk of dysfunction, high body mass index, and diabetes problems by six times. Research involved in the study have said that the problems occurred can be short term or long term. It is said that after recovering from the infection, it will take at least 3 months for a patient to gain his normal fitness. Well, about the short term and long term, it depends upon various factors that differ from person to person. Now, here it is uh, clinically proven that coronavirus has uh, post COVID effects also. Like there is a, as I've said you explained you, like dysfunction, high body mass, and diabetes, this can be more than 6 times, which normally we are every age factors will be there, but in COVID case it is more than 6 times. And this case is short term or long term, it depends upon the person to person. We cannot say that I will be recover in 3 months or 4 months. It's nothing like that way. But for a minimum period from recovering from a COVID situation is to regain the normal fitness, it requires minimum 3 months. Effect of coronavirus on our health. Since past few days we have come across the death of common people occurred because of virus. But during the second wave, many of athletes, bodybuilders, weightlifters died because of the same cause. Now we all know them as a superhuman compared to an average human. Now, definitely, why I'm calling them as a superhuman, because compared to a average man, they have more immunity strong. We can imagine, like even uh, athlete or weightlifter, definitely the physical components will be more compared to the average man, like strength, you can say strong, strength, power, speed, agility, flexibility. These components, physical components, will be more in any athlete compared to a normal human. For that sake, I address them as a superhuman. Now, in spite of high immune system, how these superhumans are infected and death occurred. And this is because of lack of awareness of the pre and post COVID care information. As we have noticed that coronavirus affects our lungs, which reduces our oxygen saturation level in our blood. This will certainly affect our fitness, as body won't be getting sufficient quantity of oxygen, and because of lack of oxygen we will feel like suffocated. So it is also proven that the effect of coronavirus even after the recovery will be short term or long term, depends on the recovery phase of an athlete or an average person health condition. Okay, so it is said that it depends upon a person to person, how he was earlierly physically fit, how his mindset is there. Students, in this case, in this pandemic case, we need to have a very strong psychology. We need to have a very strong mind. Okay, like uh, uh, when you see many people around you getting the same cause, and because of that they are uh, deaths are occurring, we won't be emotionally strong that time, but we have to be, because our mentality will help us to develop the antigens in our body. If you get frightened, no, because of the stress, you your body will not react properly, your body mechanism will not support you to to regain your fitness. So try to build up your strength, try to build up your emotion, try to build up your psychology, so that those antigens, those happy thoughts which will be generating in you, will help you to develop antigens in our body. Like only getting vaccine, and if you think that you are mortal to this coronavirus, it is not possible. Okay, even after the vaccination it is incomplete. You know that it is not going to be 100% sure about it. For that sake, to develop these antigens, you have to protect yourself, you have to think about your family members, you have to protect your family members, you have to with them you have to protect yourself also. So psychology plays a very important role here. You need to be emotionally very stable and very strong. Even you have to be strong, and you have to make your family members also strong, which will help you to recover from this. Well, I suggest let it be an international or national level athlete or an average human being. After recovering from the coronavirus infection, the fitness level of everyone will be at the minimum, and it requires extra attention and care to boost the energy level gradually to increase in our body. So it is known that when the coronavirus is infected and uh, you are in a recovery phase, the immune system or the energy level of your body will be minimum, no matter it let it be a national level player or an international level player or a average man. The level of the immunity, the level of fitness, the level of health which was earlier before getting infected will be minimum after the infection. In the initial stage, we need to focus to increase the lungs capacity. In the initial stage means after, when your report is negative and you want to regain your fitness, that time first you need to focus is to increase your lungs capacity. As we are in the phase of lockdown and outdoor and indoor activities are prohibited, we need to focus on the exercise which could be performed in house and are helpful in the development of lung capacity. Before I begin with the information of exercise, I would like to give details of two tests which will help you to understand the health of your lungs or whether the lungs are infected. The first test is holding breath exercise for 25 seconds. Now, for few people, this will not be possible immediately, but it's not a problem. Now, here few peoples means the people who are recover who have recovered from the COVID. For them, immediately holding the breath for 25 seconds, it's not possible. Okay, so but no need to worry. uh, the intensity of holding breath can be increased gradually and by doing the exercise regularly. Like for an example, if today you have hold breath for 12 seconds, then tomorrow you may try to hold the breath for 15 seconds and hence increase the breath holding capacity by doing the exercise daily. If you hold the breath for more than 25 seconds, then it is a good sign indicating that lungs are not infected and are in good condition. Further, if you maintain the consistency, then it is sure that there will be improvement in the respiratory organ. Okay, maximum you m- minimum you can do 25 seconds. You can hold the breath for 25 seconds. That is a minimum time. You can go on for 30 seconds also. You can go on for 35 seconds also. Okay, but minimum time for this is you need to hold it for 25 seconds. This is the rule. Okay, the second test is known as 6 minutes walking test, and in this test, to measure the oxygen saturation, the device used is oximeter. Now we all are aware of oximeter. uh, In this test, before walking, you need to find oxygen saturation reading and then walk at normal speed for 6 minutes and then again measure the oxygen saturation reading. Now, if the two readings are same or differ by 2 points, then there is no need to worry. But if the difference is more, then it is understood that lungs are in process of infection and precautionary measures are required to be taken. Okay, now for 6 minutes, like before walking, if your uh, oxygen saturation point is, think it as a 93. Okay, and after walking, if the saturation point is like 91 or 90, then this is a little bit problematic situation, and you should understand that the lungs are getting infected because of coronavirus. the the if the readings are same, like 93 for 93, after 6 minutes, if it is 93, or it may a little bit increase or decrease by 92 or 91, there is no need to worry about it. Okay. The above two tests will certainly help you to know the condition of your lungs. Okay. While eating right and exercising ensures our body and mind stay fit. It is also important to strengthen our respiratory system, as it is the one which is severely affected by the virus. Okay. How can you strengthen your respiratory system? Respiratory system can be strengthened by doing simple yet effective breathing exercises. Now, here I like to highlight little bit about Yogasana. Yogasana is our uh, country heritage, and most of the yoga exercises are supported scientifically. Let it be breathing exercise, flexibility exercise, posture correction exercise, stretching exercise, and many more. I found yoga as core of all the exercises. Recently, Raksha Bhinde madam, her session was superb on Yogasana. And the way she has explained the yoga asanas while demonstrating was wonderful. Well, she has executed the yoga part very effectively. I will not get much involved in it. I'll go to the next point. Advantages of breathing exercises. Breathing exercises are a great way to develop the lungs, as they improve lung muscles to clear out any secretion and increase the capacity by supplying an adequate amount of oxygen. There are several other benefits of these exercises. It it helps us to stay calm, de-stress, especially in this pandemic, which is very much essential for everyone. So breathing exercises is not just increasing your capacity of lung, because it will help you to uh, stay calm also, and it will help you to de-stress also, because of holding breathing, there will be hormone secretion in our body, which will be maintaining our uh, stability of emotions. And now, just to start up with the in-house exercises, like deep breathing with increasing counts, diaphragmatic breathing, Anlom Vilom, Brahmari. Now, these exercises are very much common, and those who are in fitness field, they are very much aware of these exercises, as these exercises all are very much basic exercises. And even if you are unaware of these exercises, you can just type the name in the Google, and you will get all the YouTube videos, or you will get all the details. Breathing exercises, as I have explained you earlier also about the deep breathing exercises for 25 seconds, here you have to increase the counts. Okay, same pattern is there. Take a breathe and go on increasing the counts. Okay, diaphragmatic breathing means you have to lie on your belly, and you have to do the breathing. Okay, and Anlom Villom, very commonly known by everyone. Brahmani is very important exercise for everyone. These two exercises are, according to me, must be done by everyone. Each and every person of our India must do this. Anlom Vilom and Brahmari are very much essential for our lungs, and also our to clear our thoughts. To clear Brahmari help us to create a positive aura around us. It neglects the negative thoughts, or the negative people will be away from you if you go on doing Brahmari daily, and maintain the consistency. Now, these are a few breathing exercises which can be done in house after recovering from COVID phase, to increase the capacity and conditioning of lungs. Now, after few days, when there will be gain in the oxygen saturation reading, then you can focus on the cardiovascular. Now, oxygen reading, saturation reading must be according to the uh, clinical data. It must be more than 95. Okay. Uh, but for an athlete, I suggest if it is 93 or 94, it's not a big deal, and it's not to be worried, because because athletics, those who are athletes or those who are in sports, no, or those who are maintaining the fitness, their heart chamber will be much bigger, their lungs will be much developed, and when they inhale and exhale, no, the quantity of oxygen will be taken by one breath will be minimum compared to the average person. For that sake, if an average person requires the oxygen saturation point 95, and and if 94 or 93 saturation point of a fit body is there, then it's we shouldn't be worried about much about it, because during our fitness time only the oxygen saturation will be of 93. Then after post covid condition, how it can be 95 or 96, it is not possible. But because of our exercises, because of lungs exercises, we can increase. Because what it is, earlier the athlete or the bodybuilders or the weightlifters, they will be focusing on the overall development of the body, they will never be focusing on the breath control. uh, by default it is understood, but in post covid condition, no, first we need to develop the organ which is severely affected because of the virus. As we develop the lungs capacity, then only we'll be able to focus on the other exercises which are required to develop the other physical components of our body. So if if during our fitness, before means pre-covid condition, if it is 93, and post-covid condition if it is 94 and 95 or 93 also, no need to worry about it. um, I would like to highlight here that if the lungs conditions are not improved before we do cardiovascular exercises, now I am explaining you, if we don't improve the lungs condition before, what will happen. The effect could be adverse on our health and will not be beneficial. The reason for said so is, if the oxygen supply will not be sufficient, as our lungs will be in condition during the cardiovascular exercises, and in such situation there will be extra stress on heart to pump the blood, and this will create certainly problems which will be leading to cardiac complications. Okay, so it is understood that if oxygen is not there, how even if you try to do cardiovascular exercises, there will be adverse effect on your heart. And because of the pumping, because when you get suffocated, heart will start pumping the blood, because whole body will be asking for the oxygen, and when the oxygen supply is not sufficient, you how can a heart perform effectively? So this will create a cardiac problems too. So in post-COVID fitness case, it is always good to improve lungs condition first and then focus to improve the stamina by cardiovascular exercise. The benefit of any cardiovascular exercise is that it increases heart rate, which emphasizes the respiratory system to become more effective and eventually increase the amount of oxygen taken with each breath. This allows lungs to improve capacity and function better. Okay, as it is understood here that when you do cardiac exercises, heart rate increases, and increased heart rate emphasizes on respiratory system to work effectively, so that the sufficient amount of oxygen is supplied during the exercises. Now, here are some of the most common cardiovascular exercises that you can do from the comfort zone of your house, like brisk walking, spot jogging, skipping, climbing stairs, or cycling. Okay, uh, these exercises I have noted because we are in phase of lockdown. For that sake, you can do only these exercises. You cannot um, go outside or to any indoor to perform these exercises. For that sake, even in your house area, you can perform these exercises. There are many types of exercises you can do. Okay, but in this pandemic, in this lockdown phase, we don't have any option. So only few of the exercises which we are doing this since our childhood, these are very common exercises, and our body is adequate to it and body has adapted to it. So whenever you're doing a basic workout now, your body will understand these exercises very properly and very keenly. So uh, your body will not be getting exhausted much. Like like if a weightlifter going and performing, it is not permissible. First thing, it is not permissible because lifting weights, it's impossible in post covid situations, or doing weight training also, or doing intense training also, it is not allowed. Why I have chosen these exercises? These exercises are very basic exercises we'll be doing from childhood, and there are minimum intensity, means low intensity exercises. These are, means these, even these exercises, no, you have to increase the intensity very slowly, like walking and all. You have to first walk for 10 minutes, then 12 minutes, then 15 minutes, like that way. Each exercises you can adopt, or you can keep on changing the exercises. Like one day you can do brisk walking, one day you can go for spot jogging, or short distance jogging, and stair climbing. Like you can do like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, these three exercises you can do, and set a timing for them. Timing is very much essential because you need to judge yourself, you need to judge your stamina, and according to that you have to set the timing. Like if first day you're performing it for 10 minutes, then perform it for 10 minutes, then next day go on gradually increasing it, and just maintain the consistency. Consistency is the main thing of post covid situations. And timing, if you adjust these two properly, then definitely in few couple of months only you will be able to gain your all the physical components which are required for your body. Now even these exercise intensity must be increased gradually as you few there is improvement in stamina. It is always good to remember that slow and steady wins the race. This formula is very much suitable in this case to regain fitness in post COVID condition. Vital nutrition for fast recovery and to regain strong immunity. The COVID crisis has out the focus on health and fitness. Building immunity and taking vital nutrition has become really important to save our body from the deadly viruses. It is important to know what kind of food is required to stay fit. It is also better to take right nutrition in right amount. The main focus of COVID patient should be to consume food that would help to regain their muscle immunity and make them feel energetic. So here are the few uh, food advised to consume, and in this uh, protein, fat, acids, carbohydrates, and even chocolates are advised, as dark chocolates yeah, are good for increasing the immunity. Uh, so these are the few important food items which will be helping you to recover soon and regain the strong immunity. Uh, I hope I have made all points clear. And even then, if you have any query or if you want to send any feedback, this is my email ID which I have typed here. Thank you. Stay home, stay fit, and stay healthy.